Hello everyone. Welcome back to All the Mods 10. Oh dear. I'm just heading over to do a few things around in the places that we got to in the last episode that I noticed while I was editing. One of them is that over there. Another one of these waystones that I have in my hand would be quite nice. And boy am I fast. There we go. In the confusion of running away from the Amazons over in that little temple, I kind of passed it by. Alright. And then I just want to go double check something that someone in the comments mentioned. So let's just head over to another one of these villages. I'm pretty sure it was up in here. Yeah. Whoa, I'm so fast. Oh, that was lucky. Now, if we go into here, not that one. Maybe it was a different village. Hold on. It might have been over in the buried one. This umbrella was a great find. Very helpful. Although by the end of this episode, hopefully we'll have something a little bit more reliable and quick. Turns out it wasn't that one either. How many villages did I visit? Oh man, I might have to go back and check the footage. Ooh. Turns out it was this village. It was just a different area of it. Let's see if I can make my way down. Yeah, these. Now, someone in the comments mentioned that you can use these like shulker boxes, but I believe that's no longer the case. So let's just see. This has a few things in there. It says you need to use an axe, so maybe I'll quickly make myself an axe just to be sure. And yeah, unfortunately, that no longer works. They used to be really nice to get yourself some early game shulker boxes, but unfortunately, no longer the case. So we'll probably just put that back and put a few of these bits and pieces in there. Use it as a rubbish bin too. Oh well. Well, one small benefit from doing that is we used our umbrella enough that we can upgrade it once or twice. It reduces the cooldown and adds a number of times that I can use that little jump ability. So now, if I have this out, I can do 1, 2, and 3. Oh, nearly made it on top. That'll be a little bit helpful. Now, at the end of last episode, we sort of had this left over, and although with the help of this axe, I can clear that up now, it does point out a glaring issue that I have, which is I don't really have any tools. In our first chapter, we definitely managed to get ourselves a nice little supply of these things, some of which have actually leveled up themselves. 61 to 71. Oh, we are going to be fast. Yeah, some extra mining speed. The bunny hops is really nice. And do I get an extra amulet slot? Cool. How far away are we with the kitty slippers? Getting there. But I think what I want to do to start off here is give myself about an hour on the clock, and go and gather as many resources as I can, coming back and forth using the warp ability to this ship, and perhaps setting myself up with some storage so that I just have a nice comfortable supply of initial bits and pieces that will allow me to continue with some early game mods. So I think we're just going to montage our way through a little resource gathering. I'll maybe clear up a little bit of this. I don't think I'm going to do the mine colony stuff, so we can go away. Oh, maybe kept in a back section. But let's see what we can get. Oh my goodness. After about an hour. Yeah. So I kind of went, ooh, I went a little bit over my hour. In fact, I went a lot over my hour. I ended up spending about 4 or 5 hours just going back and forth, mining and grabbing some materials. And now we don't have a weird thing sticking off the side. Perfect. As you saw in the end of the montage there, up inside this balloon, I actually have myself a few little initial power operated items. And, oh, it's full. 25.6 million of storage. This just sort of came about as something that naturally progressed as I went. It really wasn't that hard to make myself one of these elite cubes. You just go to the next, that only requires a little bit of basic mechanism stuff, and then a couple of diamonds, and I was able to go up to 25.5 million, which is a nice amount to get us started. It meant that I could have this emerald furnace running off power and stopped having to use the coal. And of course we have this metallurgic infuser, which was doing a few of those basics. I've traded with some villagers, got myself fortune and mending on this Paxel here. And of course, as you can see, a couple of these things have been slowly upgrading. Ooh, this has something else. That's right, I was trying to work that out and I couldn't. Oh, there's more. There we go. What is that? An air shield. When used, functions as a shield, pushing targets up to 1.6 blocks away. Huh, interesting. Well, there we go. Oh, I can like move myself backwards, I guess, at the same time, or similar to the going up into the air. Cool. This umbrella has been serving me well. As far as resources go, there's actually not a lot to show in here that is too crazy. I obviously got some different spawn eggs and some random bits and pieces that were worth holding on to. A lot of these things here were gathered by finishing quests, like that for example. But if we go into my backpack, you can see I've started to gather myself at least a couple of little things. Now, the diamonds and stuff were all done without fortune because I wasn't really worried about being the most efficient. The reality is, what was more fun for me was just settling in and playing some Minecraft. So even though I wasn't necessarily relying completely on the modded stuff, just going around exploring caves, gathering some resources was a lot of fun. And in the process, I've still got myself some cool things. Now over here on the left, something that I have seen around as I've been reading Reddit or looking at comments is this steam mining drill. And that automatically has silk touch on it, as well as a really nice mining area. On top of that, I'm pretty sure this can mine all the modium. So if we have a steam drill that has silk touch and we gather our resources that way, i.e. picking up the ore version of iron and all of that, and then I have a fortune Paxel, which I can break it down with, even just fortune 3 to start off with, to get a few extras, and then using stuff like this ore hammer or other devices now that we have some power to say double those resources, should be a nice initial start to getting more bang for my buck. So I thought it was a good time to pop back in now. I did manage to find a copper backpack on a mob, which is nice. This I've just been using to trade and get some emeralds so that I could get myself fortune and mending. And I have this converter up here for when I can get myself some potions made. Ooh, rainbow. I'm up so high that it's essentially a circle. Cool. But I also really like this section up in here. It has sponges, for one, which is really cool. It has a random little Easter egg, no pun intended. I'm not exactly sure what egg that is, but we're going to leave that there for now. And if I pop out up onto the top, because we are so high up in the world, it's really hard to see. I don't know if zooming in right now is going to help, but I'm actually at Y level 242. These wind generators, they're decent. 285.6 FE per tick each means that for a very cheap cost, I'm getting just shy of 1,000 FE per tick. And as an early game power source, that is pretty nice. It's been enough that in very little time, I was able to fill 25 million FE of storage, as well as a couple of other buffers. Wonderful. So some of the next things on my list should probably be making myself this mining drill and maybe setting up a flux network. Because if I'm going to start having things that require power, not that this is necessarily an example of that, but stuff like a jetpack, for example, it would be nice to have that power up there accessible on my person at any time. So first things first, how about we focus on this? Now the diamonds is fine, furnaces is fine, and the iron plates I can make quite easily. The thing that I need to look at is this copper drill head. Now a lot of these are quite easy to make, but these curved plates I am going to have to make a bending machine. So let's do this. Yeah, that's easy enough. And pipes. How do you make pipes? Maybe we open up modern industrialization. Industrial. And have a look for a plain fluid pipe if there is one. I guess you need curved plates, but how are you supposed to use the curved ones? Oh, you can use a hammer on top of this. Okay, now we're talking. Some new mods. This is fun. So, some weighted plates. Essentially all I need is a decent amount of iron. Let's make 3 of those. And we have a forge hammer. Cool. Ooh. Yeah, it's like an ultra-wide anvil. It gave us a villager or 2 and a parrot. Now, I haven't really ducked into these over here, but I'm sure one of these, modern industrialization. Yeah, this would be a good place to start. The outcome of this mod will, for the purposes of this pack, be quad uranium rods. Right, so it's just a way to get us started along those lines. Now, a forge hammer is easy enough to make. We have the ore hammers. I should be able to just make myself a couple of these, and I'm going to need them anyway. But I do, oh, interesting. We'll do that, get 2 of those. I need more. Okay. And like this, was it? Yeah. A hammer. Now, if we open that up, it does show us some things. Before making bronze, we'll need to create a forge hammer. We use this for basic processing steps. The hammer increases the ratio of the forge hammer and unlocks more recipes. Okay. We're wanting to make this a steam mining drill to obtain ores directly without needing a silk touch pickaxe. That's exactly what I want. It can mine at 3x3 blocks at a time, perfect for your early game mining needs. It also has silk touch. Fantastic. So it requires both water and a solid fuel, for example coal, and we right click the water source to fill it with water. Make sure it always has some fuel in your drill by right clicking the fuel item on it in your inventory, and it'll be consumed slowly when you mine. Good to know. So I guess that means with a little bit of this copper and a forge hammer, I can make, yeah, some of this. Let's make 8 for now, meaning that I don't actually have to make this bending machine. We just got a few bits and pieces. Yeah. Some of those, some copper bolts, also on the forge hammer, like that. Was it copper rods? 1 copper rod, a plate. All right, I got 2 of those, I got those. Oh boy, I need to make some room. Better. So, oh, I can actually make it without the copper. Okay, nice. It just increases the output from one item. Good to know. And does that mean I have what it takes? It does. The rest is pretty simple. 1 more of those, some furnaces, and a bucket. I'm pretty sure I had some furnaces and probably likely a bucket somewhere too. Yeah. Does that mean that with 3 pieces of diamond, I can just make this? Okay, look at us, crafting a mining drill. So if I open up the guide for this, essentially I just need to right click a water source to fill it with water and then make sure I have some fuel. Understood. I have a decent little bit of coal in here, so I'm going to grab that into my inventory. And before the sun sets, let's just drop down here. And I literally mean drop. Oh, perfect. So if I right click on this, it has water, 100%. Okay. And then right click on that to put the fuel in it. Cool. Okay. Oh, hi buds. How about I see if I can find my way back to the area that I was mining, because I've done a few other things around my base. Oh, ow. I actually have lost my back function that was getting me back and forth between it, but I know where I dropped down. Oh, wow. That looks so pretty in the nighttime. Oh, anyway, I went over past this village and found my way down through a little crevice. So let's make our way back over there. Oh, I am so fast now as well. During all that time that I was mining, the little bits and pieces that I had gathered in the first episode were upgrading. And as you can see, that speed is pretty decent for running. Yeah. And I believe that once I get up a good running start, it maintains that speed. Then if I stop for a second, it should slow down. Yeah. So it's not always running at that speed, which is nice because it means that I can actually control where I'm going. Now, down here, I think the night vision goggles that I had were also so handy. It meant that I didn't have to worry about not being able to find my way through these caves or lighting it up. And if I remember correctly, perhaps I don't. I do have a trial chamber over there, which I've never actually even experienced in vanilla, but I didn't think it was quite worth looking at until I was with you guys. So maybe I'll leave that and wait and see whether you think it's worth going to investigate. Well, maybe I just use this to mine my way down. I do want to see how quickly it goes through things. Oh, it just starts using them. Right. So once I use it once, it activates for a little while. Interesting. We'll have to come up with a more renewable fuel source. I'm sure that I could also quite easily put things like efficiency on that, but for now, it's pretty nice. Now, is there a way? Press the right button on still flowing water to fill, place fuel with the right button, press Y to toggle the 3x3 mining. Oh, that's nice to know. And toggle silk touch with the left shift and right button. So if I do that, silk touch is off. And if I press Y, the mining is disabled. That should make it a little bit more easy. Oh, did I not come here before? Apparently not. Absolutely not. I would have taken that. This is fine. Whew. Did I get anything fancy? Doesn't seem like it. This might be a good opportunity to try out the silk touch. So if I quickly rush over through here and do that, yeah, I can now get free spawners. Amazing. That is so handy. Doing stuff like this though, fantastic. Wonder if that uses less. This is very much a use when it is appropriate to gather the resources that I want. And then something like the diamond paxel for now is a nice option for just general use. Okay, we're learning. Ooh, more. Ooh, very nice. I don't need some of these things. How did I not find my way around this place before? I really thought I explored everywhere. Springy boots. Special elasticity, allowing them to bounce off any solid surface. That's cool. I wonder if this is like a zigzag thing, because it's a spring. Increases the elasticity of blocks by 34% compared to slime blocks. Bounce off them when landing. When activated on the ground, it launches the player into the air. Okay, interesting. We'll keep them aside. Happy birthday. Nom. I just really want to grab myself some diamond using this this tool. Oh, I think I see some. So a little one of these. I wonder if I can use the altar mine with it. Appears so. But now, using this, well, I didn't even have to silk touch it because it was there. But if I wanted to gather up, we know that's possible. And then some of that. I don't remember what my number was. Yeah, failing. Either way, I think it's safe to say We've got a couple of tools under our belt. Very nice. Now I guess I just need to find myself some bedrock. Ah, here we go. I had 1, 2, 3. Now I've got 1, 2, 4. That fortune putting in the work. How about I just go like this and don't go down there? Maybe here. This'll work. Now, if I remember correctly, I need, some obsidian and some redstone, which I have on me. If I put that there, turn off my magnet, do that. Yeah, perfect. See, I remember how to use mods. Now we can just come home and do some things with this. First thing I want to do is make myself a controller, which will require some flux cores, and I need to go to the Nether. Okay, it might be time for the next chapter of this adventure. Right. I have taken the time to clear out my backpack, upgrade another one for some junk, and prepare a few things. First thing we're going to do is actually upgrade our main backpack to diamond. Very nice. That means I now have 2 more slots here, and one of those can be used to grab some water. Also, that has completely ruined my setup down here. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this. Much better. Now I need to go get some water into this. There's probably a couple of ways that I could go about that. I wonder if there is a faucet from supplementaries. Does this still work? Let's see. If I do that, and can I connect to some water somehow? I could just do it the old-fashioned way. That's the first time I've collected water. Interesting. Wow. I can hold 567,000. What, 567 buckets worth of water? Oh, I'm so silly. What do you usually attach faucets to? Sinks. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Now what about if I take this off of here? It works, but slowly. We can do better. A fluid pipe, and I probably need a wrench. Just like that. It's a little bit faster, but we can speed that up again, I'm sure of it. Didn't I have an upgrade somewhere? Maybe even in some of these quests. We will organize this. I'm sure of it. Yeah, just not yet. Gold will do. If we put that into here, now we're talking. This should be enough water to keep me going in the Nether, especially if I want to use this mining drill. I could go about trying to set up a automatic tree farm or something to generate charcoal consistently, but I think we'll be fine gathering what we need with just a little bit of standard coal. Ah, perfect. You can go back there. Oh, I just got an advanced pipe upgrade for free. Swap. So, I think that has helped me prepare a little bit. I can hold 1,000 of each item in these. And for now, maybe... what is the recipe for the auto feeder? I might be able to do that. It's all about setting myself up to make the Nether adventure as simple as possible. Okay, feeding upgrade installed. And I actually cooked up a piece of eternal steak that I gathered in my travels. I think I like the eternal steak more than the ham, although this does upgrade over time. We will see how it goes. This should keep us fairly satiated. I've got a couple of pieces of random armor that I found in my travels, but hopefully inside the Nether we find a few more. And realistically, I only have this Paxel as a weapon, so I'm also hoping for something a little bit nicer to replace that. For now though, golden apple, all of this stuff in here. I don't really need the inferium. I don't know why I was holding on to that. And I have this broom. I actually found 3 of these brooms, but that will allow me to fly around if I have to. It's not the best at steering, but it should get me to some unreachable places. Yeah, the steering's real rough. And this just uses blood. So I have a little bit of that left over. In fact, I got some more in there. Perfect. So, away to fly, a few goodies. I should be able to just refill this and then refill that. Yeah, oh, I can just use a plain old water bucket. Perfect. And I've got some coal. I guess we go to the Nether. Now, let's just pick a random spot, and I'm probably going to destroy this later. So, boo. And here we go. Let's hope for a good spawn. Okay. That'll work. What is that? Good start, I think. That's not a bad start. Yeah. I really should have brought a bow. Oh. But spawning right on top of this fortress, I honestly can't complain. Magma Walker. Amulet of Protection. Oof. Chaos. I don't even know what that is, but it's a relic. Stop it. Ow. Okay. Let's get back into safety. I'm going to eat this for the first time. And then we're going to put that in here and see if it automatically does it from then on. I honestly wasn't expecting to get thrust so instantly into the middle of a fortress. But let's be honest, I can't complain. This is good. Ow. Something broke. Yep, it was my feet. Okay, automatically 8. That's nice. Now, loot. From here on out, a lot of this is just going to be looting what I can, seeing if I can find a withered bracelet. What does that do? We're going to put that in our inventory and wait until I have the time and space to investigate it. But yeah, this is this is interesting. We can go all the way down to the bottom because I know that there is some good loot down there, or at least there can be. Man, that's a long way down. And with a bit of luck, I'll get myself a couple of blaze rods. Ow, that's interesting. Hold on, let me just take a moment. Created portal if there is no existing one. What does this do? Hold right mouse button creates a portal at the point along the line of sight. Releasing it within a distance of 20 blocks creates a secondary portal in the same way, linking it to the first. When a living entity approaches the portal, it is teleported to the linked portal. Portals do not function if impassable blocks are in the way. After 5 seconds, it closes. Did I just unlock portals? Like straight up portals? But hold that. What was the... Hold on, I gotta remember how to do this. It creates a portal along the line of sight. Like that? And then releasing it within... I'm confused. I made 2 of them? Oh. How do I go through it? If I click here and then click there. So perhaps it only works for other creatures? Yeah, okay. Well, look, it sounded cool. That one just suppresses damage from hot blocks, and I got a flawless ability. Okay. For 29 seconds allows walking on the surface of lava. That's a handy one. Let's check out the withered bracelet. I think that's a wither rose. Yeah. Has a 28% chance to apply the wither effect to the attacked target. That could be nice. Anyway, let's see if we can get some good loot from down here. Oh, trapped. I'm after things like that. Well, that's disappointing. I suppose I'll take you. What is this? This is like a fake wither. Quartz is nice. And another one of those. I have a bad feeling about that though. Yeah, see, I knew. Free diamonds. Rare ink. All these things that just seem worth keeping. I don't know what that is. That's why we brought ourselves a backpack. Nice. Well, I think what I should do down this area is just have a bit of an explore. Not just here, but through the Nether. Gather myself some blaze rods. Wow, I'm fast. Oh, blaze rod? Yeah. So a couple of those so that I can get myself some eyes of ender or whatever they are called. Ow. What? Quest? Kill wither skeletons. Oh. Never seen a room like this before. Ouch. Obsidian skull. Now we're talking. Nope. Completely absorbs damage from fire sources for up to 2.2 seconds. If the player has not taken fire damage for 3 seconds, it regenerates. Okay, so I guess eventually that means that I should be able to avoid a decent amount of that fire damage, which could be really nice now that we're in the Nether. Leather. This is interesting. As I was saying before though, I think gathering myself up a good supply of blaze rods and other bits and pieces. Ooh, what's this one? Fire protection. Makes sense. Curse of binding. Fire protection again. A little explore. And getting what I need from the Nether is nice. So let's just quickly do the rest of this bottom area. Pop out the top and see what is available. Ooh, flame pendant. That sounds promising. And then I'll do a little adventuring on my own. Ow. Huh. That's intersected with a little mine shaft. Good loot. Ooh. What is that? Another broom, a turtle helmet, a golden plate from modern industrialization, rail. Too many things. Oh man. I'm going to get so distracted. Give me a moment. Oh, that's not very helpful right now. I guess I just got to upgrade this obsidian skull. But okay, I am up and out. That is my portal, so I should probably try and mark that down. Yeah. Stop that. This maneuverability is so nice. Okay, looks like there is a lot going on in my area. Lots of different biomes and something crazy over here. But let's just make this portal and I'll save that. That way, either using this one or maybe it's on the J map. I'm not sure. At least I can see that in the world. Oh, thank you, Obsidian Skull. Now, I am getting so much stuff and there's so much stuff to explore. Let's quickly make sure we have this out. Oh, this seems like something more than I intended. Ow. Oh my. Yeah, this is bad. I'm going to die. Oh my. Yep, you do a lot of damage. Phew. I might be able to survive this though. Can you jump? I sure hope not. Nice. Phew. An interesting thing there. And there's more. Maybe I can delete this? Is it like a trial chamber? I can't break it. Okay, well. Well, that's coal. Don't mind if I do. As you can see, there is a lot going on. A lot more than I can handle right now. Oh my. The obsidian skull does seem to stop those from damaging me though, which is really nice. Oh, ooh. I think my best bet is to make my way out in just a moment. Or more to the point, start using my back and forth, my warp abilities. And just start to gather these materials, bring them out, use them where necessary, grab some blaze spawners and such, and try to build up another supply of materials from this new realm. Wow, that is so cool looking. Ow. Oh, where did that come from? Phew. Right now, although the maneuverability isn't too bad, I'm still missing a fair bit. Heh. So how about we start trying to get a few of these goodies back home? If I just do that, it does work. Cool. I think what might be best is to skip the broom right away and go straight to something like the jetpacks. Oh, I forgot to check this out too. Upon use, teleports owner to their spawn point if it is within. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, honestly, we're not going to be using that because we have the warp abilities, but that is a cool item. But a jetpack. Hold the phone. Did I just hear a blaze? What? They must have come through the portal. That's so funny. And my alignment is increasing a bunch? Weird. I don't know what that means. As I was saying though, I think it's probably worth going to a jetpack. These things. Now, it does look like they've actually added another layer, which is nice, but I don't think I'm going to be going to unobtainium anytime soon, or creative. My best bet is to just go through the main layers. Now, I could probably start a copper. You do need a wooden jetpack. Okay, let's just add the varieties. Gold, diamond, and up to emerald would be nice. And see if I can make them. I think what's going to stop me is probably, my redstone supplies. Iron's not too bad, but maybe it's about time I make a couple of iron farms and put this fortune to use again by just getting a little bit more redstone. Yeah. Let me quickly do that. See if I can up my supplies a little bit. 640 enough? We'll see. I also got a few extra diamonds. Man, I fill up with junk so quickly. It would be nice, I suppose, eventually to have a backpack with like a voiding or something that picks up the junk items that I don't want any extra of. I did manage to find myself a couple of little bits and pieces which are nice. This superstitious hat is quite handy. Extra layers of looting, and as that upgrades, it could be pretty handy. Allow us to get a few more drops from things. I once again find myself filling up all inventories. So it would be nice by the end of this episode to maybe have some digital storage to put that stuff away in. First though, let's see if we manage to get enough materials to make these jetpacks. Now, of course, a lot of it is fairly simple, and I haven't set up any iron yet, but I do have some of this iron dust, as well as a decent little block of this there. So it's not crazy for me to try and get a little bit more. And with this thing, it's pretty easy. Cool. So let's start things off by making a bunch of these basic coils. Now, if I remember from my past playthroughs, it's 11 coils per jetpack. So let's double check that. We need a battery which has 3 of these, and each one takes 1. So that's 3. These each require 1 battery, so that's 4, 5. And then each one requires 3 of these, so 3, 6 plus 5. 11. So I'm after making 11 of these. As you go up through the tiers, they use basic until the gold, maybe? Yeah, and then we have advanced. So if I'm making 1, 2, 3, I should try and make myself 33 basic coils. Good to know. So let's get a bunch of iron, a bunch of that, and that's 22. I need sticks. And 26, 33. Perfect. And you got to make sure to remember to get that out. It's an interesting thing how the crafting table on a stick holds the resources out of your inventory. So early game, if you were looking for just a little boost while you're exploring, a crafting table on a stick over in this inventory here gives you like an extra free 9 slots. Anyway. Where do I have wood? Perhaps I don't. Let's go down this way. Actually, I wonder if it still works. Yeah, if I just type spawn, we end up back down here. Wasn't so long ago that we were spawning into this world and seeing that stuff in the distance. So how about I just take down this tree? Oh, 2, 3, and 4. Up to the top. Thankfully now I have a decent amount of tools, and that's very easy to do. Oh, it left some. Yeah, I can't just leave that like that. I hate it. I just removed some of that. That was so loud. I'm going to have to make that quieter in post. Oh my goodness. My ears. That was terrible. Well, I may as well take the other tree as well. Cool. I've been using this other backpack here to store food items that I'm just picking up a bunch of. Being able to just pick it up with your mouse, and then it makes all of these little negative symbols appear, and you right click and it just goes directly into the backpack like so. It's really, really handy. Okay, back home. We pop up here. We have a decent amount more iron, and of course, all of that wood there. So, wood and leather. I'm glad I've been collecting some leather as I go. Belt. Ugh. Inventory is so full. Hold on. What a mess. Better. Belt. Several of these batteries, which needs my redstone and some wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 of you. And I think we can make a wooden jetpack. Perfect. Now there's obviously a quest line. Just the wooden one gives us something. Furnace Spooktacular. That's great though. There's a little bit of a tip that says to make some. So next on the list is to make sure we have enough copper. Now I do in my inventory here have a bunch of copper blocks, so I'm not too worried about that one. And I'm going to put away this iron for now. Let's see if we can make this one. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. 1 and 2. And all of a sudden, we've upgraded to copper. Let's go through the process. I need more emeralds. Luckily, I do have this set up and can just turn these into a bunch of sticks and trade my way up. It's not super efficient, but it does get the job done. 1 of you, 2 of you, and emerald. Perfect. Thanks, bud. So with that, we have an emerald jetpack, and that could obviously just be charged up in here by doing this, I think. There we go. That's going to use up a good supply of that charged energy, but hopefully it lasts a decent amount of time if we lower the throttle a little bit. The next thing that we should really try and do is make it so that we at least have access to this charging from elsewhere in the world. And so, with the few blaze rods that we had and a couple of these ender pearls, I should be able to make myself an eye of ender, like so, grab my flux dust, and go back to making this flux controller. All that needed was a little bit of obsidian. There we go. And what's that? A flux block? Oh, okay, I need a little bit more. But we do have a full jetpack. Now this should go into my back slot, which is the same place as the backpack. This is where I'm starting to run out of space because I want to use these 3 together. Super fast. Okay, maybe some decisions need to be made. It could be put into the curio slot, or we could just keep our backpack, say, in our hotbar there, and I believe it will open the hotbar version before that one. So perhaps that's my way to go about it. Just keep my backpack there, and I can still open it with my hotkey. It just means we don't have it on our back. And instead, that goes there. Yeah. Now, I gotta remember, or maybe go and change my controls for it. If I can find iron jetpacks, I personally like to use the plus and minus over on my numpad. So increase throttle, decrease throttle, toggle engine is V. How about I make that, and toggle hover mode, this. Let's see if that works. The ascend and descend is a little bit difficult, but, oh, interesting. They've made it so the emerald one actually does still sync. In all the mods 8, oh, let's turn down that throttle. In all the mods 8, the emerald one was the one that did not sync, but perhaps now they've made it so that you have to go to unobtainium to be able to do that. That's right, this is a very minimal amount. Cool. So now we are zooming. In fact, I can toggle that up to 100% and we are really zooming. Yes. Oh, that's good. Oh boy, that is draining the power quickly. So let's turn that off for now. I'm going to get myself this flux network sorted. Yeah. A little bit of magic and I've managed to get myself what I need. And once again, my inventory is so full. Oh my. But this little flux controller here can probably sit here. And this will allow me to set up my networks. So we can just create a new network and call it, we'll call it the main network. And it's public because that's easy enough. Wireless charging we will do in, well, everything. There we go. And apply that. And now all I need to do is hopefully have enough stuff to make myself some points. Yes, I want to make a plug. Oh, I might need to go find some Endermen. Wonder if those guys are still down here. Let's put on this. Turn off the hover. Yeah. Look at you. Hi, friends. There's a bunch of them. Did I get any? I got 2. What are you? Yeah, no thanks. Let's go back home. An ender tier, a rare drop. Look at this mess. We really need wireless storage. I'm just going to get rid of some stuff. Honestly, raw iridium. Yeah. It's fine. I can go get more another day. Maybe I'll put mending on that. Okay. But this should be just enough to get us what we need. I can make one more of those, a flux block, and then, oh, thank goodness. Wonderful. A flux plug. If that goes up here and we connect it to main, does that mean that I start to charge wirelessly? No. It's probably just to do with this, as in output. And then if I go over here, yeah, we're charging. Look at that. Beautiful. So now, with this flux network, a flux plug, and this energy cube, that should mean that as I use this, as long as I'm being careful with how much I do, it will stay fully charged. And once I notice that it is not fully charging, I just need to hang around for a little while to let these very small early game supplies of power to charge it back up a bit. But that's great. Look, I'm flying. And I can put it into hover mode. And even though we slowly fall, it means I can fly around a bit. Perfect. That means that if I go back into the Nether, I should be able to just jump down like here and fly around. Okay, now we're talking. I want to go investigate that place. What is it? It's crazy looking, whatever it is. Is it like an omega crazy huge bastion? It's like a city. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. A reflecting necklace. Oh man. Once again, inventory management is my problem. Okay. I can at least spend a little time and try and make some space again. Oh boy. Look at this. Much better. Oh boy. This has been a lot of effort. And it's amazing how quickly the mess of items builds up. But I have made myself a simple little area to start to put some different items. Obviously, there is a lot of leftover space, but just things that are likely to be found in drops or I want to collect in a decent amount, I suppose, are all put in here. On the left and right, I tried to organize for like natural drop sort of stuff and then random bits and pieces. This is absolutely a junk drawer for now. And then through here, I have been building up a little supply of villages, which is going to run out shortly. And yeah, I need to mute that. Recent. Iron Golem. Yeah, let's just muffle that sound a little bit. But I have my block drawer and I started to organize things like these items. Everything from artifacts and relics goes into here. I have some books, some spawn related stuff. In fact, these things can go in there actually. Perfect. I didn't really point it out, but during my initial resource gathering down in the caves, I did manage to get some cave creeper DNA on a mob swab. And I've also got a witch DNA, and these are going to be very useful in our next chapter. For now though, just some simple organization, putting aside stuff that is like functional blocks and things that I will use in there. Everything else is clean and tidy, including my backpack. Boy, that feels good. On top of that, I've just been doing a little bit of my own, looking into things, and I definitely will want to start working towards a time wand when that's possible. And these infusion pylons could be cool too. Either way, that's a little bit of progress. Quests? Oh, frog lights. And some compressed iron. Okay, down here is available for some extra storage if I wanted to, but I don't really think I'm going to spend a lot of time in this boat. I do want to set up a main base, I believe over there. In fact, let's just have a little look around. Yeah, this is really cool in that I could make a tower here and then some sort of battlement going across here. Have it zigzagging its way up would be pretty nice. So I'm going to aim towards moving over this direction. And this is just a nice little starter base. Now that we have a decent amount of the power and this emerald jetpack, exploring the overworld is obviously a lot easier. In fact, let me just drop down like this, turn my hover back on. Oh, I didn't realize there was chests up on top of here. Some of this stuff might be worth keeping. Oh, Amazon leader. I'll take that. But yes, we are going to want to leave this alone for now. Oh, ender pearl's nice. And yeah, okay, we'll leave them be. But putting on my hover, it's very easy now to just move around the world and explore. Find cool places, gather myself some goodies. This is a cool area. If you wanted to do some sort of build with a forest surrounding it. I don't know if I mentioned it in my first episode, but I do leave the seed for this world in the description. So if you like some of this generation, you'll find it down there. Oh, another pearl. But I don't necessarily want to fill my inventory just by doing exploration around the world. That's something I might do in my own time or on some streams. Oh, that's a cool path going up there. Very cool natural generation leading up to here, actually. I will take this. And I did want to go up here now that I have the ability to fly, because on the map, I noticed that there's this thing up here. Oh, it's like a fully... I thought this was just a naturally generated island, but this is a structure. Hello? That's so cool. Well, I am feeling adventurous. Let's get down in here and have a look. Is this like a boss fight? This feels like a boss fight. Uh-oh. Oh, you gonna get yourself? Not quite. I am curious if those are normal spawners. They appear to be, but what are they? Well, we do have a steam mining drill. Let's just see if we can grab the stuff quickly. Grab that. Bogged. I almost want to let one spawn and see what it is. What is a bogged? Oh, actually, this is something that I wanted to turn off. Do fire tick. False. I don't like my stuff getting destroyed by fire, and it's kind of sad that this can too, so we're just going to leave that. Well, I'm going to take this bogged. I don't know what that is, but we'll take it. A wither skeleton spawner. Okay. Uh-oh. Evoker? This is so interesting. Well, I guess I've turned that on permanently. Or until it runs out. Those are some nice spawners though. Evoker's cool. And wither skeletons, really nice. Can I stop this? Stop. How many did you have? That's a lot of TNT. Oh my. I wasted so many, but that's amazing. I'm going to keep all that. Very nice. And we can take that skulk sensor. Oh, I broke it. Oops. Okay. Well, I know where some redstone stuff is if I need it. And if you ever needed a good supply of TNT, this is the place to go. Nice. An enchanted golden apple? Okay. Swift sneak? What a unique structure. Oh, there's even some more stuff over here. A vault? Okay, we'll come back here another time. That's very cool though. Even got lodestones. Wow, what a cool island. And you could absolutely clear that out fairly early and use this whole place as a base. It's a huge structure. That's so cool. I have sort of moved around this area off camera a little bit, so I knew this desert was here, which is nice. Some cool stuff if we need it. And a tiny little section of some interesting biomes. I'm definitely not procrastinating going to the Nether again because this is more beautiful. Ooh, free ender chest. Perfect. That's great. Rabbit's foot is also nice. And phantom membrane. These towers are really, really cool. Some potions. Okay. An enchanting table is also kind of nice. And an infinity book. Man, very cool. All of these are good books. I could have come here for my Fortune 3. Feather falling, fire protection. What? That's amazing. Keep an eye out for these structures. Let me down. Let me down. Yeah. Oh. Ow. Oh, goodness. Chaos. Now I've taken off. Oh, there must be a spawner in there or something. Hello, buddy. Oh my god. There must be a spawner. So I've taken off the boots that allow me to jump super high because obviously I now have this. It allows me to do it anyway. And therefore the backpack is in my curio slot and we have the running shoes and the kitty slippers on there. Makes a difference, and the kitty slippers allows me to sort of fall without taking anywhere near as much damage. I think I'll go put away these few things and we can finally jump back into the Nether and see what that bastion holds. Ooh, that bread is helpful for my villager spawner. Not much here. Well, at least I could take the enchantments off that. So let's head back home, which is nice and quick now, even without using the teleporting. And with all that flying around and those natural sort of breaks where I'm not doing anything, it's essentially full. It barely even dipped into the big section there. So I should be right. That's nice. Clear this out. Good for later. And yeah, I'll just put all that away. Okay. Perfect. Now I currently have a magnet that I have just built, which is very nice, but this is also an option here from artifacts. Now, right now it only attracts stuff from 4 blocks away, but it can be used in different ways. You get an experience point for each item picked up using the magnetism ability. Does not work if the item was dropped by me. Okay, so I can't cheese it. But I'm going to keep that there and decide later if I want to use it. I also don't need this umbrella anymore. So you can go away. Okay. Nice. Let's see what this bastion looks like. Just got to remember that I had people around. Okay. The Nether doesn't seem quite as scary when you're prepared. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to be a little wary of things that I don't know about in this castle. There's a very good chance that there's some sort of spawner or something that might have a boss in it. Things like that. What do you do? Oh. What? That's cool. What do you do? Oh, is that what the keys are for? Once again, I've never actually... That is cursed. Yeah, I thought so. I was like, there's no way you just get free netherite armor. Wow, you tank those hits though. Hey, you get free netherite armor. Okay. Obviously, it's very low durability. Actually, how do I do F3H? Tooltips. Yeah, it's got 5 durability, but we could put mending on that. What's in there? Oh, ow. That hurt. At least we're fast. Where did you go? Oh, interesting. Haha. I'm very maneuverable now. Do you have like a set range that you can go? I would like that chest piece. Nope, just another one of those. Okay. What about you? Nope. So it obviously has a low chance of being able to drop some goodies. Ow. Oh. Man, if they hit you though, they do a lot of damage. I think there's definitely a distance that they can go. Yeah, they're sort of like stuck in a radius. So as long as I kite them there, pretty easy to handle. You can see he's trying to move past it, but doesn't seem to be working. Cool. Wait, do they just keep spawning or am I just missing ones? Ow. Oh, there we go. Found the spot. I thought I'd gone far enough. I really would appreciate some reach increase. Ow. Another thing that I would really like to focus on while I'm in the Nether is getting myself some actual ancient debris, some netherite to use. Okay, so how do I get up higher? Like this? This seems scary. Like, that's a thing? Huh. I'm going to leave that for now. Iron spells and spells books. Probably related to something in the future. I think just going around and looting's probably my best bet. What are you? Ancient Knight? Oh. Yeah, so this is this is a dangerous place. Because you guys can launch, huh? I need like a bow or some sort of gun for distant fighting. Although I'm pretty maneuverable and I can heal quite quickly with the auto eating, it's still very dangerous. Oh, yeah. And I don't have very nice armor. I think I'll just avoid him. Oh, ow. What broke? Give me easier loot, please. It's interesting experiencing these sort of different spawners for the first time, especially with modded creatures that are a lot harder to take on. I'm going to have to come back and see if I can remove those or fight off those guys when I'm a little bit more tanky. Because, yeah, that's not really manageable right now. Ooh. I guess there's nothing to it but to try and see if I can get myself some ancient debris. Now, I should... Right now, this obsidian skull has started to upgrade a little bit, and every second of fire damage absorbed increases that, so it's kind of hard to level up. Ooh, Nether Ancient City map. Okay. So I'm just going to try my best to stay floating above things. And let's have a look at this. Shows that I am in the southeast. So I need to head northwest. Put on my hover so I don't have to spam buttons. And a little bit more north this way. Bastions. Ooh, let's quickly just drop in here. Yeah. See if I can get down into a treasure room while avoiding those guys. Hi, how are you? Wow, you are tanky. I'm going to try it. Yeah. Ooh, a hook, spectral arrows, gold things. Perfect. The old loot and scoot. What I really want is this stuff down here. And to keep an eye on my jetpack. It's doing alright. Ow. Okay. A quick lure you guys in. How do I approach this? Perfect. That's great. I am just going to remove that. Ow. So I don't have to deal with those guys. We're going to try and pop you into some lava or just kill you. Whew. Smithing template. Perfect. Chaos. Ancient debris. Also nice. Crying obsidian. Normal obsidian. We'll take it. Ouch. I got to keep in mind that I really don't have armor right now. Or barely any. Another one of those. These are good. Quickly just grab everything you can. I don't know what some of these things do. Quickly. Okay. Phew. Loot and scoot. Loot and scoot. Let me out. Now, where were we? Oh yes. To the north. What's this? I don't think brutes or anything are worth getting a spawner for, because what am I going to do? They don't really drop what I want, so we move on. These guys seem pretty chill in this village. Pointed redstone. Can I mine that and then use? I can just turn that into redstone? Hey, that's great. Give me all of it. So instead of going mining for the redstone like I did earlier, I could have just come here. Amazing. Barely holding on. Another one of these. Very different looking this time. Very quiet this time. But I don't think I want to go exploring this one really. Maybe I keep that though. Piecemeal armor. Yeah, that is a lot of redstone. And gold. Now I've been airborne for a good long while and still looks like we're filling up this jetpack, so obviously what we have is enough for now. What are you? Oh, respawn anchor. Cool. What we have set up is enough for me to do some general exploring like this, which is good to know. Item has an unknown power. Okay, I'll take that. How do I get in here? Like this. Ooh. Withered bracelet, I've got one of those before. Silk touch, nice. And some netherite scrap, also nice. Okay, let's keep going north and find this city. Oh, it's another one of these. They're really cool. Just in a structure kind of sense, they are really, really interesting. Fantastically designed, and they look at place in the Nether. I'd love to see more stuff like this in vanilla, but for now, we get to experience it in modded. How far away is this? Ooh. Extreme reactors stuff. I haven't even been paying attention to the ores around. I'm starting to feel like the ancient city in here is a little further away than I thought. Ooh. Nice. At least moving is... Ooh. What's that? Venture into all nether biomes from regions unexplored. Cool. Yeah, I've definitely been moving around. Ooh, pretty. Oh. This isn't it, but what? Soulforge. What a cool place. Alright. This might be the first time I actually use one of these. Soulforge. Definitely saving that one for later. Oh. Is that a... Sick boss music, but there's no way I'm ready to fight something like that right now. Okay. Hey, look, we're bigger on the map though. I'll be back for you. One day. Oh my. Yeah, okay. We will fight another day. Now, there's no real reason for wanting to go specifically to a Nether ancient city. Wow, that's bright. But having one on my my list just is a nice thing in case it's important in the future. Oh, and sorry if there's any flashing lights during all of this movement. Oh, guys got any stuff? Quick duck down here, see if there's anything good. Oh, I've got no more ability to use the silk touch. It's out of fuel. Or it's out of water. Okay, that's easy to fix. Blaze upgrade. There we go. Smithing template. Ouch. Grab some stuff. That's not terrifying at all. Go away. Thank you. Grab a backpack and things and diamond clothes and stuff. Armor. Blah, blah, blah. What is that? I don't know, but I like it. Okay. Cool. Perfect. And can I get out of here somehow, please? Oh, up and out. Okay. I just want to see this ancient city. We're close. Just through here. Somewhere? Is it down low? What is that? Is that a train? It has wither skulls on it. Lots of them. Did I just get scammed for this ancient city? Unless it's like the ones in the overworld that are buried. Like down here. Yeah. Oh. Okay, look. I can fly too. What a horrible noise. Portals open. Uh-oh. Wow, that was interesting. What kind of loot does this stuff have? Not bad. Warden upgrade. Ooh. Okay, you guys need to stop. Chaos. Yeah. Ooh. Now, let's just clear out a little bit of this. But I did see that there was a warden upgrade. Did I grab that? Yeah. Applies to netherite equipment to make it warden stuff. Very cool. Netherite hoe with fortune. Don't mind if I do. Ancient knowledge fragments. Some of this stuff is probably definitely worth grabbing. Yeah. Block of coal, ancient debris. And it's honestly a lot more peaceful than the in-world ones. The overworld ones. Disc fragments. Okay. Oh, shush. Interesting. We're getting some good stuff. Ooh. Ouch. Can I stack these? I can. I'll take some free lava. Super not necessary, but how many can I stack? 16? Done. Is this part of it? Seems to be similar to the overworld ones, but still different. 9 gas tiers? Okay. I don't know what these are used for. Eldritch manuscript. Yeah, probably worth keeping. How do I just break in, I suppose? Is this completely filled? Hey. It's like, it's kind of good loot, but it's not better than what I currently have. This is like half generated inside of each other, I think. Hence why it's so scuffed. Okay. Oh, shush. All right. Why not? Let's see what's in there. I missed. Let me... Nothing's happening. Oh. Oh, it literally just brought me out into the overworld. It's just a nether portal. Okay. How far away am I? A long way. Oh my. Okay. Well, what an interesting little adventure that was. And now I know where a couple of spots are. It might be worth me going back through that portal and just putting down another one of these waystones. Could be handy to go back there one day. If I just pick a spot, I suppose. Nether Ancient City. Oh, that is so lucky that I managed to type that in time. I mean, like, not really, because I can just teleport back, I believe, by doing that and running. Dealing with these guys. Okay, and that worked. City H, I'm going to leave it there. That's panic typing. But a little quick removal of that. Death. A quick put away a few things. And we'll go home. Perfect. Oh, man. Oh, my backpack? Yeah, we'll put that back there. Okay, I got away with a few good things. Now, I still want to go back and spend some time gathering some netherite, although I did get a little bit that can be used here. Is there a simple way? I can just use those to double it, which is very nice. And I think I have one up here. I don't. Good to know. Very easy to make though. And with that, 21, it's a start. Oh, hold on. Oh, because it's already made. I don't even have to smelt it. I can just grab some of this, put 4 in there and 4 in here. And we have netherite. Cool. I wonder if I can upgrade this Paxel just straight away. I think though, I would like a little bit more. So I might clear out this inventory, duck back in through my main portal, and just do a little bit of mining. Get myself a little bit more to play around with. And then we can maybe move on to the next stage. Well, that was not as successful as I thought it would be. But I have upgraded my Paxel and my backpack. And finally, we have this in the position where it's never going to change again. At least I hope so. Unless I take out this tank upgrade. Oh no, let's just put it back. Phew. Now I've added this experience pump upgrade here and removed all the water so that I can store some experience inside, like so. And it can be used to repair your items with mending, which is what I was doing down in the nether. This netherite Paxel was going through it because when you're branch mining using the Infinimine, it really does use up a lot of that HP, a lot of the durability. But I'm back with my stuff and I've made myself a crusher and an enrichment chamber because a crusher can turn one piece of ancient debris into this dirty netherite scrap. And then that, in the enrichment chamber, even though it's very slow right now and I need to add speed upgrades, means that I'm tripling my netherite. So, I'm going to pop those in there, check whether or not osmium dust and some infused alloy. See whether or not I have some of that over here. Infused alloy, probably got some osmium here somewhere. Which one is it? Zinc, tin, osmium at the bottom. And we'll just make a little bit of it. Oh, that's right. It needs to be structural glass. Interesting. Do I have any steel? Graphite, steel ingot. A little bit. Not as much as I'd hope for, though. By the time I work it out, it's going to be finished anyway. So we'll just take that and pop it over here. But eventually I will probably set up some sort of automation amongst the mechanism. For now, I'm just going to put this stuff back in there. Perfect. I don't know why I just ate that. Anyway, this is going to take a little bit of time, but I can grab 2 speed upgrades from there, and we just put them into that one. And once that's done, I'm going to have a nice little supply of netherite. That means that I can probably upgrade my armor, maybe grab a few spare pieces of it that might be lying around. But we're absolutely going to have to work on upgrading that. Ooh, good little supply of villagers. But I think the days of manually gathering these resources should be put behind us fairly soon. Going out and gathering all of this by hand is very time consuming, and I don't want to be wasting my time. So I think our next chapter might be related to some of these things and some spawners. Yeah, good idea. Okay. See, that's not bad. I managed to get myself a decent little supply from it all. An additional 13. Nice. Oh, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's another one from that and some other bits and pieces. Because, of course, I was getting a few of these for upgrading a netherite backpack and other bits and pieces. That's good. So, 17 of these should be quite handy in upgrading some stuff, being used for various bits and pieces. You can see there's 533. That is a lot of uses. So I'm going to absolutely want more than this 17, but I don't think I'm going to do that manually. I think my best bet is to move on to taking on the dragon, getting a few things situated, and setting myself up with a mob grinding utilities spawner. Something that will make use of these cave creepers and the witches to get a steady supply of redstone, diamonds, emeralds, iron, and gold. From there, I could maybe make a drowned one as well to get copper. Ooh, that is a lot of mobs down there. Let's just get out of spawn range. There we go. But I think that's for next time. If you made it this far, congratulations, honestly. This was a long episode, and I spent a lot of time adventuring and rambling. So if you did make it this far and you enjoyed watching, even if it was just in the background, I'd really appreciate it if you left a like or commented something like a heart at the start of your comment in the comment section, just to show me you made it here and were listening. I know I can get a little rambly sometimes, but I had a lot of fun making this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. So we're just going to leave it there. We've got a nice little bit of storage set up. We've gathered some good materials, and we are pretty set up for exploring wherever and whenever we want. I think in the next episode, while we work on these things, it's going to be more over here, and we'll start moving away from our little floating ship. And it should be an interesting chapter in this playthrough. So, thanks for watching. Thank you to my Patreons who are still supporting. I really appreciate it. It means so much. And it's really not necessary, but it does help me in making these videos and continuing to do content. So, thank you. And to everyone who watched this far, I appreciate you so much. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you're looking forward to the next one. So with all that being said, until the next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. Woo!